Yosef has two dreams.
In the first dream, Yosef saw 12 bundles in the field.
Rashi says these refer to the brothers. In the second dream, Yosef saw the sun, the moon, and 12 stars. Rashi says the sun and the moon are his parents, and the 12 stars are his brothers. Why in the first dream is not mention his parents? The answer is referring to what actually happened. First, the brothers came. Then, his parents came. We see how every detail and word in the Torah has a reason for it. I would like to thank my parents, my Rebbe Menahor, my daughter, and my band, and most of all, Hashem. Parshas Vayigash, Yosef reveals himself to his brothers. Then he brings his weakest brothers to Pharaoh. It says that he brought Shimon and Levi. But didn't Shimon and Levi kill the city of Shechem? The answer is that Shimon and Levi were weak, but together they are strong. The lesson that we learn from this is that if we work together, we will succeed, and if we don't, we will fail. I would like to thank my parents and our band. Yosef fell on his brother Benjamin's neck and cried, and Benjamin cried on his neck. Why were they crying at such a happy time? Rashi says that they cried because they saw in Ruach HaKodesh that the Mishkan and the Beis HaMikdash would be destroyed. They cried right then because they realized that the sinner of the brothers would cause the korban. One lesson which we can learn is that if sinner of brothers can cause a korban hundreds of years later, imagine what Hamas Yisrael and friendship in our class can cause.
In Parshas Mikdash, the Muslims separated Pharaoh figured out that they both meant that there was going to be a famine. So, why is Hashem telling Pharaoh twice? The reason is that the famine was coming so soon, it was urgent to tell Pharaoh, so Hashem told Pharaoh twice. I'd like to thank my parents and my Rebbe.
In the beginning of Vayigash, the leader said to Yosef, "I will servant speak in the ear of my master." Why did he say in the ear of my master? The answer is that he wanted Yosef to pay attention. When we're trying to learn something, we need to make sure we have their full attention. I would like to thank Hashem, my parents, and my Rebbe for all you've done for me.
The Tetrapar star is like a star. Why the called star if she dies in the beginning of the parsha? The answer is that a real life starts to know her above. We learn that this world is preparation for the next world. I'd like to thank my parents and my Rebbe. In Birchas Yaakov blesses Shimon and Levi together. Why does Yaakov bless Shimon and Levi together? The answer is that when Shimon and Levi are together, they succeed the most. We learn from this that we should always work together. I would like to thank Rabbi Rabbi Kaspik, Rabbi Lane, my parents, and most of all Shimon.
It says in Parsha Vayechi, Perak Memphis, Pasuk Kaf Gimel, Baalei Feet, people with tongues like arrows. What does it mean, people with tongues like arrows? Answer. It means that Yosef's brothers spoke Lashon about him. An arrow refers to Lashon Hara. What we learn from this is that we should never speak Lashon Hara about someone else. I'd like to thank my parents for sending me to the school and my teachers for teaching me the Torah.
ויקראו ימי ישראל עמוס ויקרא לבני יוסף ויאמר לה אם נא מצא שיחם מלך עשים לעצמך תחת שיחי ועשיסי מדי חסד ואמס אל נא תקרבני בישראל. My question is, why does it say Lebnei Yosef? Rashi says it means Yaakov asked the person who has
was able to do it. Yosef was a king in Mitzrayim. He would be able to make sure that Yaakov was not buried in Mitzrayim. The other brothers were not able to promise to do this for Yaakov. The lesson we learn from this is don't ask someone to do something they can't do. I would like to thank my parents and my Rebbeim for making sure to never ask me to do anything I cannot do.
My name is Marjorie Nyman, and I'd like to thank everyone for being my student. Safer Baruch Parag Gimel Pasuk Dollar. This says, the actor on the Chava Abraham makes death. Hashem cursed on the after works the land for his food. And Hashem put his name down for crawling on his stomach and dust the wheel. The question is that when the snake's crawling on his stomach, food comes a lot easier to him, though it seems to be a blessing. Professor told me an answer. He told me that when your food comes easy, you don't realize that it's so much help. But if you have to work for your food, you can understand it from someone to appreciate it.
We learn from here that the important is to realize that everything we have comes from Hashem. We also learn how important it is to show the proper appreciation to everything that we get. I want to thank our professor for all his help throughout the last 3 years. Thank you to Rabbi for being my Rebbe this year and to his own mind. Thank you to Rabbi William for being a great Rebbe. Thank you to my parents for caring for me. Thank you to my siblings for putting up with me and for being from me grow.
In Parshas Vayechi, Parak Mem Ches, Pasuk Aleph and Beis, when Yosef walked into Yaakov's room with his 2 sons, Menashe and Ephraim, Yaakov set up for his son. Yaakov set up from his bed for Yosef to bless Menashe and Ephraim. Al-Seiko was very sick. Why did Yaakov set up for his son when it was supposed to be the other way around, that the son shows respect for the father and here the father shows respect for the son? Rashi answers that Yaakov set up for Yosef because Yosef was a king and we must show respect for a king. We see how careful we must be to give the proper honor and respect to people, even if the king is your son. You still have to respect him. I would like to thank all the Rebbe and all the Moses who told me all these things. Rabbi Pressburg, Mrs. Fleischer, Rabbi Lane, Mrs. Marginson, Rabbi Ms. Gok, and my parents, and most of all Hashem.
In Parshas Vayechi, Parak Mem Ches, Psukim Chaf Aleph and Chaf Beis, Yaakov gives a bracha to Yosef, and then again in Parak Mem Ches, Psukim Chaf Aleph through Chaf Hey, Yaakov gives another bracha to Yosef. Why did Yaakov give 2 brachas to Yosef? The answer is that the first bracha Yaakov gave to Yosef was that Yaakov was telling Yosef what Yaakov had given Yosef more than his brothers. The lesson we learn from this is that we should always be happy. I want to thank my parents, my grandparents, Rabbi Bayer, Rabbi Lane, my Chavim, and especially Hashem. The Torah is divided into 5 parts called Chamisha Chumashei Torah. The names of these Chumashim are Bereshit, Mos, Vayikra, Bamidbar, Devarim. We have all heard of these names, but the 5 books of the Torah have other names as well. Let's work backwards. Another name for Devarim is Mishnah Torah, or a view for the Torah. Another name for Bamidbar is Chumash HaPikudim, the book of Numbers. Sefer Vayikra is also known as Torah Kohanim, the laws of Kohanim. Shmos is Sefer Sheni, book 2, or Sefer Hashua, book of redemption. Another name for why the name Sefer Yashar for the first book of the Torah? The Gemara said it because it's speaks about the ways to the Avos, and the Avos said it's gathered in story of people who are just enslaved. But we need to understand this better. After all, the Avos are big tzaddikim and they are made in many ways. Why do we focus especially on the fact that they are story of just? What does Sefer Yashar have to do with the first book in the Torah? The Anatolian Sea would have been noted in the Sea explains as follows. Hashem created the world so that people can live together and get along. For the world to continue, it is important for people to respect one another. Even the people that we A person with guts or wants to come to most people that are Hindu. And so he does his best to get along with other people, all kinds of people. He the kingdom with each of the others. And Tarsus Vayera Adam Davin at Saddam Sanabi destroyed. Later in Vayera, Hashem forgives Abimelech for taking Saul. He also died with Abimelech and the kingdom that they could heal. And Tarsus told us Yitzhak had mistreated by Abimelech and the Christians. Then they returned to Yitzhak and tried to make up for what they did. Yitzhak treats them lightly and forgives them. In Vayera, Yaakov spent 20 difficult years with his uncle Laban. Laban tricks Yaakov by switching Leah for Rachel and others. But Yaakov still keeps his heart of Baja and works hard for Laban. At the end of Vayera, Yaakov gets angry with Laban. But even when he gets angry, he still speaks softly with respect. This is a meat of Yahshua that we learn from Saint Ignatius. So there's some creation of will for people to live together in peace. And so we should try to keep peace and love, get along with all kinds of people. I would like to thank my Rebbeim, my Menahel, my parents, and most of all Hashem.
Thank you.